Oh my gosh.
We're from the South.
Hey, I just learned a new word last night. Larapin.
What's a larapin? Like this? Did you get it in your larapin? You're not keeping it in. You are recording, I know.
No, I was watching a show, and this woman said, that's larapin. And Dorn and I looked at each other, and we're like, what was that? So I did. I Googled it, and it means delicious in the South, apparently. So we're going to start using that word, larapin. And then everybody around us is going to go, what? And you're going to go, you don't know that word?
Well, this looks so larapin in my pot. Because I can't cook.
You know that's going on the video, right?
Yeah. Look up larapin. It'd be good for you too.
Larapin. Okay, guys. Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. And I'm just going to give Lorie some instruction real quick. I'm going to point. You're not supposed to be pointing on YouTube. But see right there? See that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's where the camera is. Oh. So we're supposed to be looking at the camera, not at ourselves.
I'm trying.
Okay, guys, hold on to your hats because
here we go.
We haven't even started. And we're already, having fun, being silly, being cuckoo. So if you don't like fun and silly, turn us off right now.
You don't want to turn us off. You want to subscribe to that button down there. Right down there. You see it?
It's right there. Anyway, we actually don't know where it is. We're just randomly pointing.
We fuchsia you.
So, you're in for a treat today. Mm-hmm. Obviously, my name is Barbara, and this is Crochet Therapy. And we are here to give you some laughter, some information, and just hang out. This is my cousin Lorie McCombie. She is an artist. She's a fiber artist, but she also is just an artist extraordinaire. And let me just put it out there, okay? Because she does a whole lot of things. She's not just in that little niche of just yarn, although that's what we're going to talk about today, and fiber and all fibery goodness. And I can't wait. So Lorie brought some lovely things for us today. I'm going to kind of just give you just a little view right there, and then we'll bring it back up. So she brought some really beautiful stuff, and she's going to tell us what it is. And where do you want to start?
Well, I came today because we were going to talk about dyeing some of your yarn. You go into the store and you got something and it's not quite the color that you want. So we're going to talk about dyeing your acrylic fibers, your polyesters. I do a lot of animal fiber. So, I have Angora rabbits, I have Angora goats, and I do a lot of protein fibers. And like this is a nylon fiber. This is an acrylic yarn that, you can get at Joann's, Michael's, Walmart's. This is a nylon fiber, and this just came out of the dye pot last night. This is all out of the same dye pot here. One dye. And I put it in the dye pot at different times, different ways that you put it in to get different colors. All this is in a single dye pot. Different dyes.
Look at all these colors.
And you get all this in one dye pot, different techniques to come through, and different times you put it in, different settings.
That's amazing.
Silk you could put in with it, synthetic fibers, animal proteins. This is a viscose. This is a rayon. It's a wood pulp fiber. You take this and you can do different things into it, spin it,
it's
belt
coming
it.
Apart, yeah.
We're going to learn to put it into we're going to learn what a roving is. We're going to learn to card it, spin it. We're going to learn all kinds of things. But we're going to dye today. We're going to learn to dye.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time today. So we're going to talk about dyeing with the household dyes, like RIT dye that you can go to the supermarket and get, like Walmart or Joann's, Michael's online. We're also going to talk about dyeing with like the Wilton's dye or food color, and I know a lot of you dye with Kool-Aids. We're going to talk about like jacquard dyes that you can order online, or Joann's fabrics. They're the chemical dyes that you dye with.
And those look very artistic. Like they look like the little jars to me look like they're probably $10 a jar.
Yeah, sometimes you can get them on sale, you know, like with a 40% coupon from Joann's.
Just keep going in.
You can get, you know, different kinds. Some you have to use different chemicals with them, like, you know, citric acid or alum or something. I usually use vinegar with them.
Very ezy household item.
Yes, I try to. I do a lot of natural dyeing too, like cabbage, purple cabbage. We go, me and my husband, you know, go around hiking and we pick up different nuts and try different nuts and stuff to dye with. Like if you do like beets or something like that, that's more of a stain that you can get.
Yeah.
It's really sad when you go around and you see these beautiful like beauty berries and you think, oh, that purple, you're going to get such a gorgeous color. They have no color to them to dye with.
Oh, you know? So you just try it all and then
you just try it all. Walnuts, tea, you know, that you get a different color from black tea than you do green tea, rose tea. You know, even though you think a tea is a tea, you do get different colors, different settings, how long you leave it set. You know, you get different teas, whether you soak it long, you know, first before you put it in, whether you steam it, sun dye it, all kinds of different ways.
That sounds really neat. Now the steaming, I don't think I've seen any of that on YouTube. You know, I've seen some people do with the pots, and I've seen the sprinkle where they use like the Kool-Aid and just kind of sprinkle it. There's one lady on there that's her whole channel is all about dyeing yarn, and she has like all of this, like what you've got there. Show us what you've got on the floor there. What is that?
Oh, this is I dyed it with tea. Tea dyeing. This is a green tea and this is a black tea. Now on here, it's just different levels on how long it's been in there at different times. This was just a real quick dye. I was doing it yesterday, so it'd be dry when we got here. I didn't wet this before, so I just put it in the pot at different times. You can see where some of it's lighter and some of it's darker.
So if you don't wet it before, then you might get more of a
spots.
Okay.
You know, spots and
like various colors.
It'll draw it, you know, quicker to some spots than others before it gets wet. So it's really better if you wet it before that you put it in, so it draws it faster.
And that always sounded counterintuitive to me, because you're trying to get something into the fabric. So to wet it first just seemed like it wouldn't let it get wetter, but I guess it does let it flow better.
It's going to be like a straw, you know, it's going to like wick it.
Okay.
It's going to wick it better. It's like it's going to draw it up.
Okay.
Know? So, or like say if I was going to take this and hang it over here. Well, if I wet the tips, you know, it can, you know, it'll draw it up faster. Or, you know, it'll draw it deeper on the bottom and take a long time to wet up the top, and it might not even make it all the way up the top. If I wet the whole thing, it's more apt to draw it up. Even though it might take forever to get up the top, it'll eventually get up, but it might stop before it gets up to the top.
Okay.
That'd be some different things if we get the chance to get to it today.
Yeah.
So different dyes will react to like the viscose, which is a wood pulp, and then it will with an animal fiber.
Right.
It might not stick to an animal fiber like it would a synthetic fiber.
Right. And this is just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the various colors.
Apart, if you like.
Yeah. Well, no. I like it just like this. Look at the different colors. Now, this is the one that she didn't wet beforehand. And so you can see where some of it is lighter and some of it is darker. I actually really think that that's gorgeous. Now, this is still...
This is not, a nylon.
Okay, and this is still not considered yarn, right?
No, it's just a roving.
Roving.
And it's just in a roving form. This is a nylon. This is where they just take the fibers and it's just all lined up.
Oh, wow.
It's just lined up in like a hair. Like if it was an animal product, it would be the hair. Like how your hair is on your
Right.
head. And then what you do to make it yarn, they get on a machine, or you would spin it, and it would put a twist in it. And sorry, my hands are dry. And you put a twist in it, and that's how you get yarn with a twist.
Wow.
And however much twist you get in it,
that's how thick it would be.
And that, right. I can't really see what I'm doing.
And what surprised me was, I mean, you'll even do like a 3-ply, so you'll spin a nice thin.
If you plied that on itself, that would be a 2-ply.
A 2-ply. That's really nice. That's fun. Okay.
So this is a knot, like I said, that's a nylon, and that's how that would look. This was put in there dry and just crumbled up, and that's where you get the spot. So
oh gosh, that's almost like a tie-dye, and I really like that.
So you can kind of see what it would look like when you do spin it. Kind of gives you that malted look. So how I got that was just braiding it.
Okay, show us how you do that.
Just take and finger braid it.
Nice.
Or crochet it. You could take
it's
a crochet
kind of like
hook.
doing a chain.
Right. You can just like crochet it with that Q hook.
Yeah, but it looks like it's easier with your fingers since it's so. And you don't want to risk. Well, I mean, you don't want to. Obviously, it's still fiber, so you can connect it back together, but you don't want to break it or anything.
It just
so
stores really good, like this instead of the big bulkiness like that.
Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. So what do you think, guys? Do you want to try dyeing some yarn? I know I do. So okay, hang on, and we're gonna dye some yarn.
See ya. So there I go, the giggles again. So right now I'm setting up for painting the dye, to painting yarn or fiber, however I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna this is gonna be dyeing the yarn. This is some yarn, and we're gonna do this with icing dyes. This is with the Wilton's dye that you can get at Walmart or the grocery store or the cake decorating place, and this is with Wilton's dyes. So we're going to take jars, whether you use mason jars or household cups or whatever you want to use. This you can reuse something in your house, so you don't have to worry about it around your kids or anything like that. Your kids can help you with this. So I'm just getting a little bit of jars, some pipettes, but you don't have to use pipettes. You can use spoons or whatever you want to use at home. I got some plastic spoons that I'm going to set up for each, and we're going to be setting this up so that we can dye that or dye fiber. This is fiber that we're going to lay out to dye, and that's what I'm setting that up for now.
Okay, awesome.
So as we get it going here.
Now I noticed that you're using jars or plastic. Do you not want to use a metal spoon, or is there a reason?
No.
No. Okay.
No, you can use a metal. This is all natural stuff.
Okay.
So no, we're fine with that.
And but you try to get as much of it stirred around as you can, because that's where your color is. Now, will this, like the little pieces in here, will it end up making spots on your yarn?
It can, yes.
Okay.
But we have these little pipettes.
Okay.
And when we soak it up, we're not going to soak up those little...
From the bottom. Okay. Good.
But we're going to try to dissolve as much. That's why we use hot waters. We're going to try to dissolve as much as we can of that.
And give it stirs. And now you can see these two look very similar. However, this one is orange and this one is rose pink. So it's important to keep the color with the jar, because it's easy to get confused. This one, you know, in the jar looks orange. This one looks orange. This one to me looks green, and yet it's black, which is very weird. But I guess to make black, you have to use all the colors. So
I think
the
I
green
know you
is
have to
coming
have
through.
green and red. And you'll see, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of colors.
Yeah. This one is copper.
I love the copper. That snore you hear is not me.
Lorie wants to claim that Theo is snoring. We'll let her keep saying that. Now, while we're waiting, let's talk about these two dyes. One says RIT Dye More Synthetic, and then one is RIT All-Purpose Dye. And according to the synthetic, it will do polyester, nylon, and acrylic. Now the RIT All-Purpose Dye will do cotton, wool, nylon, plus more. And so I turned it over to see what the plus more was. And let's see, where did I see that? Because it said,
okay. It really won't do your synthetics that well. It'll stain them a little bit, but it really won't give a true to your synthetics. It, you know, if it's got maybe 35% polyester or acrylic in it, it may hit.
That's what it says. Fabrics containing more than 35% polyester, acrylic, or acetate. Instead, use RIT Dye More Synthetic. So if you have a blend and it's only, you know, it's a natural dye like cotton or wool or, you know, alpaca or whatever natural yarn you have, then, and it only has 35% or less of the acrylic, then it should dye it.
If you want to take some plastic wrap and just lay it across there.
Okay. Yep, I sure will. And if we run out, I know where to get more, so.
If we run out, we'll just do something else.
Yeah.
We never let anything run out take us from anything that we're going to be doing.
No. We don't let anything stop our fun.
No, not at all.
Okay. So one layer, or should I do two?
Do two.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're going to have plenty.
We don't want it to leak.
Yeah.
And let me well, actually, you don't have to do it two yet. We'll just lay it out there, and then if we need to wrap it again, we'll wrap it again.
Okay.
Let me grab this one and squeeze it out. I can keep this peel that's on my hand off here.
We'll just incorporate it.
It's usually what I do. So we have this soak, and it just helps take up the dye more. I'm gonna bring it over to you.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna lay it down there and fluff it up. So we have these little pipettes, and each pipette you could sit it in the each one in the tube if you want.
Okay.
We'll just put one in each one. That way you don't double dip.
Right.
Now, if you want to think of like, if you want to spread them out a little bit, you can spread these out a little bit, your strings. You might want to think about what color might look good next to a color and what color don't. So like on this first one, you could just play around. Do you think this color would look nice to each color? Because they will touch.
Okay.
You might not want them to touch right away. You might want to keep them against and see how
far they spread.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's up to you. You might want to do your primary colors.
Okay.
And you know that red and blue and green, purple, all the just do whatever you want to do and give it a go, and just you'll see how much you need.
I'm so excited. Let's see if I can get
and I'll get some more
of this
going getting wet here.
So you want to get the whole thing. Yep. Okay.
And I'm going to leave these with you so you can make color here.
You're going to leave those with me?
Of course.
Okay, so am I dripping or how am I doing this? Or just like doing a line across or like this? Like whoo?
You can.
Or just do drips or what do you do? How do you do it? You don't know?
It depends how I feel. Sometimes I go, and I smush it in to see if I like it like that, see how much I think I'm going to need.
Okay.
Because sometimes going like this.
Yeah.
I usually do this like after
I just rolled off.
Yeah. Like I usually, touch it in.
Okay.
And then going like how you said about rolling off after I get it soaked in there.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how much it's going to need right away. Because, see, I kind of squeezed it out because I didn't want it to roll on your floor. In my house,
don't worry about my floor.
At my house, I'll just clean it up off the floor.
Yeah, don't worry about my floor. Well, I have an old rug down, so don't worry about that. Oh, look how it's blending. Can you?
There you
or
go.
It's like going out a little bit.
Pretty?
Yeah.
And then you got that spoon there. You can pour it on with the spoon. If we need more water and dye, we'll make more water and dye.
Okay.
That right there just reminds me of the 4th of July already.
I'm probably being too dainty with it right now.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be so dainty. You
Okay.
can squirt on more than that.
Okay.
Let me get some more stuff ready for us to do with.
I just don't know. I know I want some green.
And that's, to do it do it like that, kind of gives you an idea, gives you a little bit of practice to know what colors go good with each other.
Yeah.
What colors blend well with each other. Just
I was probably one of those children that just like used all the colors and never maybe, I have a problem with color. I really do. I know what I like once it's done, but I don't necessarily know, like, how to be creative. Mine looks like a crayon box, usually. You know what I mean?
Well, this will help you know what colors get muddy, together.
Okay.
This is a real good test. I mean, you can fill that pipe bed all the way up and give it a go,
Okay. And this was supposed to be violet. Will it turn more violet?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, what you see is what you get.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But now, just because it's this color from this company,
right?
And always when they dry, they can be a different color too.
Right.
So I'm gonna start soaking some other colors here, some different things. Soak some synthetic so that you can. Here's that other ball. I think this might have been that one that fell off like a ball. I don't know. I did it too many times. And here's a piece of some synthetic,
maybe?
Some synthetic, so you can see the difference on how they dye. So you'll be able to see from the one dye, the pollen, the RIT dye that you have that's
the synthetics
dye. Only, and the RIT dye that you have that's not the synthetics. So you can see the difference if you want to try that. So it's always good to try with some things before you ruin your good yarns and stuff. Like I said, like this is nylon, so this would be a synthetic. This is although the other RIT will dye this, it just won't dye it as strong as the one RIT will. I don't know what all we want to dye today.
I guess it depends on what we have time for.
Yeah. I want to throw a bunch of this in so when you do that synthetic that you can see the difference.
Theo is snoring away, not a care in the world. I'll have to get a close-up of him snoring just so that our viewers can appreciate.
Yeah, you can, just squirt them on. If you need more water, I can, pour more water on here so you can see what, let me, watch yourself.
Will it soak in a little bit better, maybe?
Yep, that's what I want you to see.
I read that sometimes you want to soak it for like an hour. How long do you normally soak yours?
I don't. I mean, I don't.
Because sometimes you don't even soak it, right?
No, not always.
Not always, okay.
Now try this and see what you get.
Okay, let's see. Let's try orange. Let's try copper.
You'll see how it spreads faster. Depends how much control you want over it. And see how fast that is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You like that better, right? Okay.
Well, it makes a more concentrated line.
Right.
I don't mind if it spreads, but it does make a more concentrated line. That's awesome.
All right. So I'm just trying to give you some...
A little more control. Now, what would happen if you poured it over... Oh, here we go. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Look. Nice.
Just trying to give it to you slowly at first,
Yeah.
Barbara.
Okay. Ooh. Nice.
So, it's up to you how you want to do it. It helps you with if it's more sharper, if you want it more muted. You can see where you had started this before, how it's much more sharper.
Right.
So with more water, it's not.
Right.
Like when you first laid it on here, it's more sharper, and then I added the water, and then then it's not. So.
And look, that's copper, but look, it blended out a color. Because I didn't put a red there.
No, it But that's word I told you earlier.
Yes.
I told you would do it.
It's split.
Nope, that ain't the word I used.
No, it's not. It's not the word you used.
Fractured.
Fractured.
Yes.
The color fractured, and
the different colors that makes up that color, they fracture.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Isn't that neat? Would you like me to add that water to that one part?
Do you want to do that? You want me to get out of the way?
No.
Okay.
I have a husband I'm used to working around.
I'll back up just a little bit.
Nope, you're good. I'll work around you. I just didn't want to make it too wet for you.
Do you want me to do this end? No, you look like you've
Long
got
arms.
a good reach. You do. You have a very good reach. And what I find interesting is you see how it goes out and then it comes back in. Because over here it had come out a little bit and then it came back in. So let's see if this one does the same. That's really interesting. I like that. I like it a lot.
Now sometimes I'll use a rack underneath that. The reason why is because I don't want the bottom to get muddy when it does that. Because it can get muddy.
Yeah.
And another thing that I will do if I'm painting something like this, I might put a piece of silk underneath that, and that way I get a silk scarf painted underneath that the same time while I'm painting that.
Okay. And I've seen when they did a dye in a pot, and they will take what they call a mop, which is an extra tank that they're using as a mop, and they'll put it in there to soak up any extra dye so that they have a clear pot before they pull this out.
Exactly. You can do that too.
Yeah. And that way they're not wasting any of their dye, which is kind of neat. So let's see. I don't know. Now I'm all confused. What am I doing?
Have you used all your colors?
I went down the whole line, I believe. Did I use pink? I think I did. I'll do it right here and we'll see. See, that looked, yeah, I think I did, and that looked orange too.
Mm-hmm.
So. And that was teal. This was orange. I think that was black.
Yeah, put the orange near the black and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll take a, I know you might not like me when I do this, but sometimes I'll do this.
Oh.
Oops. And I'll sponge it and see what I can get.
Cool. And especially over here where there's extra dye.
Because if I'm not really sure that I like a line or if I want to pull it up.
Oh, that's so pretty. That's why Lorie is the artist and I am just
No, you did that.
Crayola,
I just smushed it. Here, go smush that right there. Nope. Go smush.
Mine, I guarantee you mine is not going to look as pretty as yours.
Well, up and down, up and down, up and
Like
down.
that?
And then just keep coming. There you go.
Oh, this is so fun.
See?